Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Federico Talks Watches. Luckily, as you guys can tell, I'm back at home in New York, and I've escaped the clutches of the smallest hotel room known to man in Hong Kong. This also means that I'll be putting out content a lot more regularly, just like before. And man, did I miss you guys. I have a lot to talk about, and I have quite a few videos lined up already and content to talk about. But before I get started, let's do the customary wristwatch check. I am wearing the Panerai Radiomir manual wind. I haven't worn this baby in a little bit, and I think I'm not going to be able to wear it in the next coming months because it's getting really hot here in New York and the straps are rather expensive. So I'll probably stick to NATO and steel bracelet watches for the summer. But I wanted to give this baby a run around. I really did miss it when I was away. I didn't take it with me. But the topic that I wanted to talk about today is one that I find quite interesting, and it's one that I spoke about with a good friend of mine over there, and that is, what if you're not a crazy watch collector? What if you only want one, maybe two, but for the sake of argument, one watch in your collection? What is the most versatile watch on the market? That's a good question. And in my opinion, the most versatile watch on the market is the Rolex Datejust. Either the Datejust 1 or the larger Datejust 2, but I think it's probably the 1. Now let's talk a little bit about the Datejust and why I think it's one of the most versatile pieces, or the most versatile piece on the market. Well, the Datejust was launched in 1945 by Rolex, and it's the first ever watch to include an automatically changing date. It comes in 36 or 41. And it comes on a Jubilee or an Oyster bracelet, so these are the choices you have. You also have a ton of dial choices, and you can pick between two-tone yellow gold, two-tone rose gold, or just 904L stainless steel. And, I think it's a cracking piece, which is, surprising because I've never owned one. And just doing a little research for this video and talking about it and thinking about, the upcoming production has really made me kind of want one, which is never a good thing, because it means I have to add another watch to the list. But in my conclusion, it is the most versatile watch out there. So why is that? Let's talk about that a little further. Well, first, the construction. It's made out of 904L steel, which is not a Rolex proprietary steel, but Rolex is one of the few companies that use it in the watch market. It's a harder steel, it's harder to machine, which means it's harder to scratch the watch, which makes it a tough watch. The newer Datejusts have sapphire crystals, and they all have, I believe, and I could be wrong, the 3135 Rolex movement, which is extremely robust. It's used in the Submariner. It's got the parachrome hairspring. So, and actually, I almost forgot, it's 100-meter water resistant with a screw-down crown. So if you add all these things together, it makes it a hell of a tough watch. I mean, the steel is tough. It won't really scratch. 100-meter water resistant is more than enough, even to kind of dive with. Sapphire crystal, so it's, that's hard to scratch. It's built extremely well. The Rolex movement is robust and has those anti-magnetic properties. So we can deduce that it's a watch that can stand up to abuse. So you can wear it, as a sport watch if you want. Not necessarily a beater watch, but it could take a beating. And then on top of that, you look at the Rolex design, and I'll put a few pictures right up here. You look at the Rolex design, and it's very, very classic, especially the 36-millimeter ones. Datejust is almost seen as a dress watch. You can get it with the fluted bezel or the unfluted bezel. And in two-tone, it's a little more extravagant. And in steel, it's a little bit more understated. But it certainly would fit under the cuff with a suit, and it's one of the few watches that arguably can be worn black tie. So if you consider all the design elements and the fact that it's built with these very tough properties like the steel and the water resistance and the movement, it's one of the few watches where you never really have to take it off because you don't have to be worried about it breaking, and it's never inappropriate to kind of wear a Datejust. You know, it fits in every occasion. Now, I was also thinking, what else kind of fits in this description? People would argue the Submariner. You know, the Submariner is a little tougher than the Datejust, 300-meter water resistant. And nowadays, it is certainly appropriate to wear a sub with a suit. I know I do. But it doesn't necessarily make it a dress watch, does it? You know, just because it's appropriate to wear a watch on an occasion doesn't mean the watch is a dress watch. Just like the Datejust isn't necessarily a sport watch, however, with the Oyster case, that's arguable. So, you know, the sub is also very versatile, but in this occasion, I think the Datejust takes it for the simple reason that it's slightly more classic. Now, you can look like the sub more, you know, no problem, you know, with that. I just think the Datejust is a little bit more versatile. It fits in a broader spectrum of activities and looks. Now, guys, what do you think? I mean, I know this is a shorter video today. It's, you know, since I got back, I haven't had too much time. I've been catching up with a lot of things here at home and at work. But I promise a lot more stuff is coming out, and I don't mean to cut this video short, but this is a good question. Let me know what you guys think in the comment below. And please, don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it, and hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed the content. A lot more is coming, and I promised you guys a State of the Collection video when I hit 5,000 subs, which, since you guys have been watching so much, should be real soon. Anyway, guys, it's good to be home, and thank you for catching a shorter episode of Federico Talks Watches, and I hope to see you in the next one. Take care.